good morning once again, and welcome to the eastern terminus of the Loyalsock Trail here along Route 220 in the Endless Mountains region of Pennsylvania. We're in the Loyalsock State Forest, and we're here today to do a day hike to an interesting geological formation known as the Haystacks. Now, this is a series of boulders in the Loyalsock Creek, which is down the hill that way. So we'll be walking along the stream. We'll be checking out this formation of rocks that I've been wanting to visit all my life. This is a very popular hike. It's known as a swimming hole in the summertime. But here we are in early February, and as you can see, the trailhead is empty. It's not so popular this time of year. We have a little bit of snow on the ground. It's 7:45 a.m., 19 degrees, and we're going to be hitting the trail. So thank you for joining me once again for another adventure. I'm going to stop talking. We're going to start walking. Let's go, guys. Gator out. We are on the Loyalsock Trail, and we are making an initial descent from the parking lot. The trail here is steep and snow covered. I did study the radar imaging of the snowpack maps across the United States, so I was expecting there to be a bit of snow here. It's been a very mild winter. We just recently had a blast of cold air in the past 48 hours. So the first thing we're going to be looking for is a waterfall known as Dutchman Falls. Now, this falls may very well be completely frozen over, but we'll be finding out soon enough. All right, my friends, so you've just gotten a good look at the semi-frozen Dutchman Falls as we stand here right on the banks of the Loyalsock Creek. Now, from this point, Dutchman Falls, which is just a quick spur from the parking lot and something you should definitely check out, we will be heading downstream westward along the creek, along the Loyalsock Trail, heading towards the Haystacks. So let's get moving. Now, again, we are heading west, following downstream. We're going to be on this railroad grade for a short distance before it branches off to the right, where we will get on the Loyalsock proper footpath, and then most likely follow along the creek to the Haystacks, and then return on this old railroad grade. That's the standard loop you can make here. It's about 4.2 miles, I believe. Now, there's obviously more trails, and you can go much further if you like, but that's like the standard loop we're probably going to do today. Before we get too far into this video and too far along the trail, I want to first say thank you for tuning in and watching, and I do appreciate you. I also want to take this moment to ask you guys if you could please hit that like button. Now, what happens when you hit the like button is it lets YouTube know that you enjoy this video and this channel. And when that happens, they show the video to more and more people, and the channel gets more and more exposure. And that's really the only way a small channel like mine can get any growth here on YouTube. So it would really mean a lot to me if you could hit that like button if you enjoy the video, and if you don't, then don't. But if you do, smash that like button, and be sure to leave a comment or ask a question about the hike. I always respond, and I love hearing from you guys. We're a small community of like-minded people. We're all growing together, and I love the feedback and the interaction that we share. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Back to the trail, and thank you so much. you often hear me use the term scenic Pennsylvania on this video, and you know that it's my mission to showcase the beauty of the state. But there's nothing else like, and I've said it so many times, walking along a wild mountain stream underneath these beautiful Pennsylvania hemlock trees. And wait till I show you the rushing water here. It's gorgeous. What a wonderful sight out here. Well, I think it's becoming evident why this is such a popular hike. I've heard this referred to as the most popular day hike in the state forest here. 114,000 acres here in the state forest, by the way. And many consider the Loyalsock to be the most beautiful of all the Pennsylvania state forests, which is saying a lot. But this is very easy walking thus far. I mean, this is a perfect trail for a family or kids. And yeah, this is just great. Apparently, the really interesting thing about this Haystacks formation that we're going to is that this type of rock, or this formation, is found nowhere else in the Appalachian region or anywhere else in the world. And it's this type of incredibly resistant sandstone, and there's not even any consensus on how it actually got to this region. It's found in the 3-county area, but this Haystacks is the best example of it. All the other rock in the area has been eroded away over time, but this particular grouping of rock is just virtually indestructible. As a matter of fact, loggers in the 1800s and early 1900s tried to blast these rocks with dynamite and couldn't make a dent in them. They were trying to float logs down the creek here. So it's really interesting, and you know, I could do some more research on it. It's kind of technical, it gets into geological terms and scientific things, but the point is, it's a very unique feature. All right, so as you can see, you know, behind me, there's about 1 to 2 inches of snow on the ground here, but most of Pennsylvania doesn't have any snow cover at all. And we are in February. I should point out that the groundhog did see his shadow, so 6 more weeks of winter, supposedly. But I am wondering a bit if the lack of snowpack across the state will affect the seasonal flow of the waterfalls in the spring. I'm wondering if there will be a little less water running this year. I guess we'll find that out in a couple months, but it's a little disappointing to see the lack of snow. Again, nice to see some here though, up in the higher elevations of the state forest. After the first half of this trail was completely flat, we are having a little bit of a up and down, just very easy up and down. I actually enjoy it. It's giving some variety to the hike. It would be awesome if the sun would come out and bring some light here into the trees, but we're once again about, I'd say, 80 to 100 feet above the Loyalsock. I think we're going to be getting to the Haystacks pretty soon. All right, guys, now we are walking right along the creek, and right on the left side of the trail is this really, whoa, whoa, oh. And that's what happens when you're trying to film and talk and not pay attention. Yes, I'm okay. Really cool section of rocks and cliffs here on the trail. And I do believe I've seen another YouTuber, a channel I watch, I'll mention him here. His name is the Keystone Hiker. I did watch a video he did on this trail, and I remember seeing this section. Wow, this is beautiful. Yeah, really cool stuff here. And it appears now that right after we passed the steep cliff on the trail, the steep rock formation, we are now at the Haystacks. The formations here are absolutely incredible. I suppose they take the name haystack from the pyramidal shape. This is one of the most unique geological formations in the state of Pennsylvania, which has many. And this may be some of the hardest rock in the world. It's extremely resistant to weathering. But let's get a closer look. Unfortunately, because it's winter time, I can only get so close for my own safety. In the summertime, you would see people probably, swimming here in the water, but that could be very dangerous or fatal at this time of year. But let's see how close we can get. Just a super unique and special spot here. I would love to get further out into them rocks, but it's just way too dangerous. And unfortunately, the sun has gone behind some clouds again, but such is the way of things. But we're going to continue downstream a little further. Maybe we can get some more views of the rocks. But yeah, this is an awesome spot. You can see why it's a popular location to come and swim and hang out. And if you're going to do those things, that's fine. Please be respectful of this beautiful natural area. Clean up after yourself, be respectful of others, and we can all have a great time and enjoy these places for well into the future. All right, my friends, well, there you had it. The Haystacks geological formation here in the Loyalsock State Forest on Loyalsock Creek. Very interesting location. I'm at a little campsite just away from the scenic area, and at this point we're going to retrace our steps a bit and we're going to return via the railroad grade. Now, I'm not going to do too much filming on the railroad grade because I think it's basically similar scenery to what we've already seen, but I will catch up with you at least one more time for my sign off before the video ends. So we're now heading back. See you up ahead. and we are back on the railroad grade. It's pretty nice up here. You get some views, some wintertime views on the other side of the creek, the hills over there, and some big boulders here. It was a short scramble of about maybe a third of a mile, maybe a little more than that, to get up here to the railroad grade. And from here it's 1 mile about back to the trailhead. There's your basic loop. Now there's also a trail right back the other way. I seen the sign for it. I had read about it, called the I don't know how to pronounce it, Kedon Brook Trail. I may be saying that wrong, but it's a small stream that follows up the hillside, and there's supposed to be some waterfalls and rapids and interesting formations there. Now if the smaller streams were flowing, it maybe would be worth checking out, but I'm not going to do that today. I got to head back home, 3-hour drive to get back home, and can't wait to go check out the footage. I hope it turned out well, but yeah, so this is probably it until I get back to the car. All right, guys. Well, all right, my friends, we are almost back to the car now, and this is where I'm going to say my goodbye. Thank you once again for joining me for some nature, adventure, and discovery, this time exploring the fascinating geological feature known as the Haystacks Formation here in the Loyalsock State Forest. It's an easy, beautiful, looping hike of about 4 miles. Again, you can make it longer. A couple different ways to get there, but lovely forest, lovely river views, and just a very special, unique place. So I'm gonna head home now, and if you enjoyed the video, again, please give it a like. If you have any comments or questions, let me know down below. I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. That's about it, guys. So until next time, I'll see you on the trail. Gator out.